Hello, I'm Althea Irving, Board Chair of the Women's Foundation of Collier County. The Women's Foundation is a field of interest fund at the Collier Community Foundation that addresses issues facing our local at-risk women and girls that have a wide-reaching impact on our community. 3 years ago, we launched an initiative to focus on senior women's issues and the empowerment of young women and girls. The initiative encompasses 3 pillars and is aptly named Women Lifting Women, and we utilize grants to accomplish our initiatives. One pillar empowers young women and girls to meet their full potential by offering advanced scholarships, mentorships, and career development through programs like Junior Women of Initiative at the Boys and Girls Club of Collier County. The Junior Women of Initiative program, supported by grants from the Women's Foundation, was launched in 2005. Nearly 2 decades later, the growth and impact of this program have been quite significant and rewarding. The program inspires and connects 15 to 20 mentors with at-risk young mentees ages 13 through 17. Mentoring sessions are held twice monthly to cover relevant topics for today's teens. Mentees also engage with their mentors during field trips, fostering peer relationships among young women and strengthening bonds.
As a growing single child with a mother who was always working, and I didn't have a home-based family, Junior Women of Initiative allowed me to feel as I was someone who belonged in society, outside of society, being the person that I needed to be. So it released the fears that I would not be someone, but in fact it showed me that I could be everything and anyone. While I attended Junior Women of Initiative at Boys and Girls Club of Collier County, I received numerous advantages of learning how to do speaking engagements, of being present in the moment. I learned the true value of what it meant to be a woman of initiative. And every time that I was faced with whatever financial or any hardships in life, I was always encouraged to do my education because knowledge is power. I have a bachelor's degree in psychology neuroscience, and I'm currently in my master's program for social work. I'm just looking back at my 9-year-old self, and I remember getting off the bus at Boys and Girls Club and wearing my Junior Women of Initiative shirt, and that was the highlight of my day. It was like one day a week, and you would go there and you would sit at a table and you'd have your lesson plan and you'd talk to all these women who were women of initiative. These were real women. They had real life things, business owners and people who spoke highly of them and spoke highly of themselves and had a great rapport about themselves. And I looked to them and I was like, I want to dress like that. I want to be that woman. I want to be, someone who stood high and shoulders back and had a beautiful smile to themselves. And now I see that in myself, and I just look at them, that they're not just somebody that I can cut out of a magazine and hope that I could be them, but they're somebody that I can look at and hug today and say, look at me, I did it! I finally did it! And they're so proud of me, and it makes me so happy because they're proud of me. Thank you to the Women's Foundation of Collier County for seeing me and believing me and trusting that allowing me to be a statistic is not something that you want for myself or anyone that looks like me, and in fact that you trust that if you continue to give back to someone like me, I would be a woman like yourself. And I know that as difficult as it was for myself to be that version, because I never thought I'd be able to fit into your shoes, you paved a way for me that I was able to do so. So thank you so much to the Women's Foundation of Collier County.
Another pillar of Women Lifting Women focuses on senior women, namely homeless senior women who have found themselves after a productive life in this terrible circumstance. St. Matthew's House is one of our grantees doing vital work to support senior women. The program we supported, Senior Women's Homelessness, provides critical shelter, wraparound services, and rehousing assistance to a growing number of senior women experiencing homelessness every year. Let's hear the story of a woman who has benefited from this program.
My mom was very strict. I grew up in the church. She was the organist for 50 years there. My grandfather built the church. He was the chairman of I was literally in church my whole life. So I thought it was cool when I could drink beer with my dad, even though I didn't like the taste of it. I thought it was cool that I was drinking with my dad. Pot was more my thing in high school. When I got into college I grew up in the 80s, so everything everything was everything back then. My brother also drank. He was an alcoholic. He died on my 40th birthday. I was married for 17 years. I have two beautiful daughters, one stepdaughter, one my own daughter. And that too, I was a functioning alcoholic just because we drank, every day after my husband got home from work. I was a stay-at-home mom, so I think I got bored. That's when my day drinking started. In 2009, I left my family. I left my husband. In retrospect now, I realized I left my two daughters as well. Didn't really think about that at the time until I started healing, from everything. That's where it gets emotional. Sorry. Thank goodness I have a relationship with them now. My first tipping point was in 2015 when I pulled out in front of a car on Palm Beach Boulevard and I got T-boned, and 6 people, including a child, went to the hospital. I heard the voice of God saying that you're going to die too if you don't stop. Within 2 weeks, I was in Jill's place. So that was I know it was that still small voice telling me I better do something now because this was my last chance. Jill's Place is built on the foundation of faith, faith-based program. We have classes during the day. We also do a lot of giving back where we work on the land. So there's a lot of healing that goes on with the land. I would just like to say thank you for supporting St. Matt's and anyone in recovery, knowing that we have avenues of help to help us out when we do get out into the real world is just wonderful. It's really nice to know that there is, help available.
Another organization, Housing Development Corporation, also known as HELP, provides direct funding and application assistance to senior women facing or experiencing homelessness. Our grant to HELP will cover move-in expenses for applicants deemed eligible for a brand new unit at the Ecos Allegro or Ecos Cadenza affordable senior rental developments. Let's meet a formerly homeless senior woman who just moved into her new home at Ecos Allegro, thanks to the Women's Foundation grant.
I slept in a parking lot at McDonald's in East Naples there. Overdoses right in front of me. Overdoses, people, drugs, people knocked on my window all night long. My truck, my chain, my charge the phone, my job, my cigarettes, this and that, all night long. I was married for 30 years. Once he left, I couldn't afford the rent where I was at. And so I lost literally everything, even my mom's ashes, because I went from place to place. It was such a blow. I was blindsided. And I started using drugs. Bad. I just gave up. I really, really did, because I had been the door slammed in my face so many times, and so many horrible things have happened to me. And what I would dream of beds. They're laying sleeping in beds, and I had three dream of beds with white sheets and white pillows, fluffy. It was weird, and I would wake up so many times. I didn't know where I was. So many nights. So yeah, when they handed me the keys, there were so many emotions going through my head. All the stuff that I've gone through, and all the stuff that I'm going, I get to go through all the good stuff now. And like I said, I don't want to leave them. The Women's Foundation of Collier County, there's no words. I cannot thank you guys enough. I wish there was a magic word that I could say to convey how I feel, you know? But you guys, you don't know what you have done. Just even one person like me, you don't know. And I just cannot thank you enough. You've changed my entire life.
The third and final pillar is our endowment. We want to engage our Collier County community in raising funds to support critical issues for women and girls well into the future. Our goal is to create an endowment of $5 million to support future critical issues for women and girls. Many of you in this room today have already stepped forward to contribute to the success of all three of our pillars, and for that, we are extremely grateful. Under the leadership of Elizabeth Starr, Phase 2 of the Women Lifting Women initiative has raised over $862,000 towards our benchmark goal of $1,470,000. On behalf of our board and the Women Lifting Women Leadership Cabinet, thank you so very much, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Althea, for this opportunity to say a few words. Today, we have seen incredible examples of the impact of women lifting women. This initiative is making a huge difference for the women we serve. Leading Women Lifting Women is a true privilege for me. I am my best self every day, knowing I am making a difference. I truly believe that if a woman cannot help another, then who will? We must do this together and continue to invest in this powerful organization of positive change. Thank you very much.